Today I'm breaking down what I call the Forgotten Three. These are the tools that bridge the gap between initial panic and long-term stability when the grid goes dark and municipal systems fail. And I'll bet my bug-out bag that you don't have all three. Stay with me. This one might save your life. Before we get into it, hit that subscribe button and drop a comment below telling me what you think the most underrated prep item is. I read every single one. All right, let's get into it. Item number 1 is the high-grade manual siphon pump, not the cheap $8 aquarium tube from the dollar store. I'm talking about an industrial-grade, hand-operated siphon pump, the kind with reinforced hose, a self-priming bulb, and enough flow rate to move serious liquid volume. Here's why this could be a game-changer in an urban collapse scenario. When the grid fails, fuel becomes the new currency. Gas stations can't pump without electricity. The trucks stop running. But you know what's still sitting in the ground? Thousands of gallons of fuel in every gas station's underground storage tanks, in every abandoned vehicle on the highway, in every boat at the marina. A manual siphon pump gives you access to all of it. Think about what that means. You can siphon fuel from disabled vehicles to keep your generator, bug-out vehicle, or motorboat running when everyone else is on foot. Transfer fuel between containers safely without spillage, critical for fire prevention in tight urban spaces. Extract water from water heaters, swimming pools, and flooded basements. Residential water heaters hold 40 to 80 gallons of relatively clean, drinkable water that most people never think about. Move contaminated water away from your shelter. Sanitation is going to be your #1 killer in a prolonged urban collapse, not bullets. Drain flooded areas to prevent structural damage, mold, and mosquito breeding grounds in your safe space. Now here's the thing that separates a quality siphon pump from a cheap one. In a real SHTF situation, you're not doing this once, you're doing it over and over, in the dark, potentially in contaminated water, under stress. You need something that won't crack, clog, or lose suction after 3 uses. Look for pumps rated for petroleum and water use, with hoses at least 6 feet long, a non-corrosive body, and a flow rate of at least 1 to 2 gallons per minute. Cost? $50 to $100 range. Replacement value in a collapse? Incalculable. Item number 2, and probably most people don't think of this. Heavy-duty contractor bags. 42-gallon or 55-gallon, 3 to 6 mil thickness. Not the flimsy kitchen trash bags. I'm talking about the kind construction crews use to haul demolition debris. A single box costs around $20 to $30 and holds 20 to 30 bags. And in an urban collapse, that box becomes one of the most versatile tools in your entire kit. Let me walk you through the use cases because this list is going to surprise you. Sanitation and waste management. When municipal sewage systems fail, and they will fail, you have a disease epidemic waiting to happen. Cholera, dysentery, typhoid. These are not historical problems. These are what kill people in disasters. Contractor bags let you create a functioning waste disposal system in any environment. Line a bucket, seal it, double bag it, and you've got a portable sanitation station that keeps your shelter from becoming a biohazard. Water collection and storage. A single contractor bag can hold 40+ gallons of rainwater. Rig them to gutters, tarps, or even just hang them open-mouthed outside a window during rain. In a city with no running water, rainwater collection is survival. Waterproofing and shelter. Cut them open flat and you have a heavy-duty tarp. Cover windows to retain heat. Wrap your bug-out bag and gear to keep it dry during river crossings or heavy rain. Patch holes in a roof. Line the floor of a shelter against ground moisture. Medical and biological hazard containment. If someone in your group gets sick, and in a collapse, someone will, contractor bags let you isolate contaminated materials. Clothing, bandages, bodily waste. This is basic infection control, and it could stop a single illness from becoming a group wipeout. Concealment and carrying. Dark contractor bags can conceal gear and supplies while moving through urban environments. They also work as improvised backpacks, body bags for deceased group members, and waterproof storage for electronics and documents. Insulation. Fill bags with crumpled newspaper or dry leaves, seal them, and stack them against walls or windows. Instant insulation against cold. This is not a joke. It works. 1 box of contractor bags, 20 to 30 uses per bag. Get at least 2 boxes minimum. Item number 3, and this is the one that almost nobody talks about: industrial strength door wedges. Not the little rubber triangles you use to keep the office door open. I'm talking about hard rubber or heavy gauge steel wedges, the kind rated to hold doors against significant force. But why not just use a deadbolt? I hear you. Here's the problem. In an urban collapse scenario, you're probably not in your own home with your own locks. You might be sheltering in a commercial building, an abandoned apartment, a community center, a school. Locks get broken, lock mechanisms get damaged, doors get compromised. A door wedge requires zero installation, works on virtually any inward swinging door, and door wedges can brace damaged door frames during aftershocks, high winds, or structural settling in a partially damaged building. They prevent doors from swinging and causing additional damage. Keeping critical doors open. This one gets overlooked. In a fire, smoke, or evacuation scenario, you need doors to stay open. Wedges let you prop exit routes and ventilation paths open without having to prop them with objects that could shift or fail. A set of 10 heavy-duty wedges costs under $30 and weighs almost nothing. Toss a handful in every bag, every vehicle, every cache. So there it is, the forgotten 3. The manual siphon pump for fuel and water access, contractor bags for sanitation, shelter, and a dozen other uses, and door wedges for security and structural integrity. None of these are glamorous. None of them are going to get 1 million views on Instagram. But when municipal systems fail, when the taps run dry and the lights go out and people start getting desperate, these 3 items are going to be doing the heavy lifting that your tactical gear can't. The preppers who survive long-term urban collapse are not the ones with the most guns. They're the ones who planned for the boring problems: sanitation, shelter integrity, resource access, before the chaos hit. Add these to your kit, now, before you need them. If this video helped you out, hit the like button, subscribe for more no-nonsense urban preparedness content, and share this with someone in your group who needs to hear it. Thanks for watching, and check out this next video.